Hey, how's it going? Welcome to this video of price action that we go over constantly, showing our system, key levels for the day, what the charts did, how do we analyze it, all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and jump in the charts. And what I want to show you today is just kind of how looking for a better trade and being patient and wait for your setup. And once it comes, it's easy money. That's just think about it as business too. When you're looking at running a business, you're constantly building structure, you're building systems, you're following those structure and systems. You're also analyzing reports, looking for probability, that kind of stuff. That's really what you're doing in the charts consistently. You're looking for a consistent layup or layout in the system, the highest probability that you can get into, and then you're willing to make shifts and adjust throughout that process. So let's go ahead and jump into the charts and take a look at some of that right now. So you can see that we're in the charts here, and we're on the 15-minute, which we like to go to, and you can see we had this nice rundown, and you can see here that I marked it on here twice because, excuse me, we had this was at the end of the day that we were looking at yesterday. I'm just going to kind of show you. We actually were going sideways and it didn't want to break out. These are the levels that it needed to break out on. This morning, early in the morning, around 6:30, you can see it broke through this level. And then it started to trade down, and you're probably going, okay, well, what time did you start to look at the charts? Well, let me go ahead and put, this is the area right now. Well, you might be like, hey, you already missed it. Not necessarily. That goes back to finding the highest probability, looking for the system for what you want to see in your business when you want to purchase something and sell it. So you're not going to run to the market or the wholesaler because you may or may not even know they have something on sale or they're giving away stuff. The guy that walked in there an hour and a half ago got a whole pallet of something at a discount because they need to get rid of that pallet, whatever. And that's kind of what you're looking at right here. So we did come up and break and had a nice run down. And yeah, if you're watching charts, you can see a lot of this pressure that was built right here. And you could have got in. That's kind of why I marked this right here. This would have been a great entry. You could have put your stop up somewhere up in this area. Reading the charts, you could have put it up here above this daily breakout. And of course, you could have taken the trade down and you would have been like, wow, it's a great trade. Yeah, but would you have been in the charts and really reading it? And why would you have been in that trade? The system actually set up right here on this move. And what I want to do at this point is I want to go over and get the data to update the lines now for you for today's price action. So I'm going to go ahead and just right click on one of our lines, and didn't quite get it. So I'm right clicking on the breakout line. You can see that I can enter this data in. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it all and delete it out. And then I'm going to paste. This came from the site, gave us our key levels for the day. I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And you can see now all the lines just shifted. And this line up here still stayed up there. So that's like we just built this trade, right? It's still saying we could break out because it's looking at the overall 24 hours and it has to take into account this move already. And it's pretty amazing that it came down and flattened out and made a little flag for you. So this gave you the entry. And a lot of people say, hey, well, you don't want to get on a trade that's already in movement. But you can see that it took off right here. Let us get in the morning and then continue on down. And yeah, did you get that much of a move? I can show you that we're looking for this to go all the way down here. That would have been a great run. But ideally, you just got it to target 1. And really, you're just catching the tail of the overall move. Now, would you have been bummed out if that was your trade? You still made pretty good money on this move. It was still 2.26. Obviously, if you got in at the very beginning, the reason why I put it on here is to show you that, yeah, you would have made 7.01 to help you understand that. If you put $100 on there, you would have made a little over $700. If you put $100 on this, you made a little over $200. And you might be going, oh man, I wish I got in this bigger trade. It's just like I just said, the only reason why you know that's because I'm showing it to you or you're analyzed it that way. But if you're sticking to the system, all you would have been looking at is where I'm showing you right now, where you would have entered and get in and take advantage of this trade. So yeah, really, ultimately, you're not losing out because just like that guy went to the warehouse and bought the pallet a little bit discount, maybe you were there and then you're the one that did that, or the deal that you got the next guy doesn't get. So don't look at it that way, that you wish you got in here and got out and got a bigger reward for your investment. Look at it as you're buying product and you're looking at selling it. So did you grow your business or your asset value today? Yeah, you took a very clean trade. It broke down off of the daily breakdown, and you were actually in a continuation, so it was a lot easier to get in when you saw this happening, and you could go ahead and set up your standard trade. I would not get too excited and start trying to run a tight stop or whatever on this. I wouldn't be trying to squeeze this down to try to get every little penny out of something, just because this could have broken down and fired back up, and you don't want to get caught in that. So that's kind of what you're doing. So yeah, trade like you do every day. Stick to the system. Get in just like the entry. You got the close. If you were trading perfectly in this, you would have got the in somewhere right in here. Regardless, you still would have had a nice little trade. And there it went on down. Took the first bounce on that. You might have said, I'm not sure if I want to do that. I'm going to look for target 2. And then you can see our start bouncing back up. Now, for me, I say get out on the 5-minute 21. And you can see that this was the rundown we were talking about. Then it came back up. There was your exit basically right in here. So you wouldn't have got out perfectly on 1, but you would have been pretty close at that point. So not a bad trade, not a bad move. Yes, there was more opportunity from the top, but you stuck to the system. You came in and did what you needed to do. You executed just like you needed to, and depending on where you entered and why, you definitely could have got a little bit better return. But regardless, there's going to be another trade from the next day and the next day and the next day when it sets up. So that is showing you sticking to the system, looking at the values, looking at the lines. The reason why you want to purchase, really I want to drive in, trading is like buying product for a business. And sometimes you'll miss out on deals, sometimes you'll miss out on opportunity, but you're always analyzing your evaluation and your balance sheets and your cash flow that you have to be able to invest. And you take that investment and you always turn it back into profit, just like the guy that's selling XYZ, right? He's doing the same thing. He's making pies, making bread, making widgets or whatever, and he's selling them at the farmer's market. The guy in the next booth next to him might have got a better deal on product or whatever. He made the same thing you made, but he made it cheaper. So he's making more, but in the end of the day, you both walk away with profit. You made some sales and you both continue to grow your businesses. And that is the purpose there. So, all right, guys, let's kind of see where things are at. If you're looking at key levels and looking for support, we have found a pretty strong level right here. Let's kind of see how things start to bounce. And you might be asking, like, well, what are you asking and talking about? I'm going to go up to the higher time frame. So I'm going to go into the 1 hour. Yes, I do have stuff on the charts. Let's take them off without explaining too much with those, what they're right there for. Let's clean this up. So here we're on the 1 hour right now. And what I want to see is I want to get price action back above the 200, back above this 21. Right now, what some possibilities, what's the possibilities here? So the possibilities is this could, 21 could cross through the 200, very bearish at that point on the 1 hour. So if this price action was still here, you could see this fall a little bit. Now, this could turn and start to go back up here and get back above this area, and then this would come back underneath. Well, once you get back above it and you get above the 21, then you're bullish. If the 21's above your 200, then you're even more. That's really what you're looking for. Like we had back here, this is what the bullish push was. We are above it, right? We got the price action got above, and then the 21 crossed through, and then you can see we kind of went back into a neutral state. But we were above on both the indicators. We got the cross, so that's bullish. Once the price action got above, you can see it finally pushed out. And then it kind of pulled back. But once we got in this behavior, we're kind of looking for it to run up, pull back, run up, pull back, till we lose it. Now we're back in the other attitude of this could be bearish. So if you're just asking me, hey, what is going on in the 1 hour right now? The 1 hour is bearish. So let's go to the 4 hour. Well, the 4 hour is neutral, right? So the 21's up here with this line I have drawn on here. from this morning, actually, because I was actually looking at price action early when I was showing you. But you can see here on the 4 hour, you still have your 20 or your 200 starting to come up. I have this bigger line on here. It's really just connecting points. I like to draw lines for that to see kind of where points and angles and stuff are. So this could come down and bounce right in this area. It may not. So we'll see. We'll just have to continue to watch. But if you're looking for levels, let's look at 68,000. That could be an area that this grinds on down through. It may grind down tomorrow morning when we can take advantage of the trade opportunity. We may catch this. I would not be surprised if this does pull back up and test this area as this 21 rolls over. And really, you might say, well, that might be anywhere right around this zone. So 72 to 72.5. Maybe a pullback area, and I would watch for that to reject on this 1 hour and possibly pull down, and that's where I'd be looking at getting into the trade. It might look something like this, where a lot of people are drawing flagging patterns that you see on here. This could easily be one of those type of patterns that you can see, and this would be kind of the reaction that you would expect. Now this may break out, fake out, and then break out. You've heard that term. That would not be surprised if this fakes out and then breaks and then just travels on down to that 200 on the 4 hour to test it. We'll have to see. That's just what we're looking at, right? If you go up to the higher time frames, they are rolling over for exhaustion. You did get the cross here on the 8 hour on the MACD. It's showing negative. You got the cross. Stoches are burning out. This does show that it kind of wants to go down when you're looking at the higher time frames. 22 as well. It's playing with its 21. Now, the 22 to me is not a very big deal, but I like to use it as an indicator to see what that daily is doing, so I can get a little front run on the daily. So the daily right now does have its 21 down here, right around that 69.5 level. So 68, following the same trend line that we were just looking at, 68.5 level would be kind of the bottom for me to kind of see this go back into and build some support and go back up. This could happen, in the next 24 hours, really, right? And right now, our 1 hour bleeds into that daily chart that we just looked at, and it is saying that this could go ahead and fall. And this is why I would not be taking anything right now, because we're looking for it to kind of break this area that I'm kind of just matching the bottoms and putting a final line on here. Let's go back into the 15-minute where you have some little more price action to look at and really decide, okay, what are we doing here? So if you're analyzing this right now, like hear people talk about head and shoulders, well, it created a left side and then it created a head and now it created the right side. So right now, this is a little more bullish than bearish. So if this starts to break down here though and lose this main line and start to break down, more than likely it's going to take out this area and create the lower low and bleed. So that's what you're looking at. This is just trading I'm walking through with you on charts. This is what you want to look at. You want your solid system that you stick to on how you're going to take action, but you're using these knowledge that I'm kind of talking about right now in order to analyze price action, to understand where it's going to go, understand the behavior. When it gets close to your system, what's it going to do when it gets there? So that's kind of what we're looking at here on the 15-minute, and this could just stay right above this price action, which is awesome. If it stays above this line and stays in this area, we could see it start to break back up and build. Get back through that 1 hour, that 221, rebuild us, show us that we're going to have some strength back up. Like I said, those higher time frames, though, are asking for them to be reset. So we're asking for all the indicators, all the energy to be reset so we can push this price action to the next level. In the meantime, we want to see price action hold these key levels during that reset. If they don't, then you are going to be looking for those low targets, basics in trading. So that is kind of giving you an idea of what happened today, right? We looked at the levels. We kind of looked at like the trade, understanding that it could have moved in the morning, but doesn't mean it's over with. This is why you don't want to jump the gun when you see price action start to move. It's better to watch it move and you had the missing out and you truly missed out. You didn't have the fear of missing out. You jumped in and then it reversed on you. You waited for the setups, you got in and it was a good decision, good target, and everything's great. Now you're looking for this to possibly bounce and return as a pullback up into this area and probably find the 72, like I said, or 72.5 area for this to possibly pull back up to, or this is going to start to break and bleed, and then in the evening it'll go ahead and push on down. So that'll kind of give you an idea. So really I'm looking for like that 68,000 to 68 1,500. I could see rejection easily around 62 or 72 to 72,500. Be careful in those areas. Now, if we start to get it back above that and start building some strength, then I would start to be a little more bullish and start to look at that structure for myself on that. So kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of where we're going to go. Look for key levels of support and resistance in that. Again, look at the next day. We are going to be live. Well, we are live Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Check that out. You can watch everything that I just talked about live in real time. A lot of times we end up taking, like this trade was set up. Our 8:30 Central Standard Time candle was printed right here. This is when the live started, and you can see the entry that was taken on the live by Gross Monkey. He jumped into this and took advantage of this price action, and he actually held it to a little bit lower down in here on that bounce back up, rode that bounce back up, and then grinded it down. And we didn't follow all the way through on the live on the trade, but did set you up for that structure. Gave you the lines. Actually had all targets on there as well, 1, 2, and 3 targets for possibility of strength. So, all right, guys, I will leave that for you for the next couple of days. Again, catch the live on Thursday at 8:30 Central Standard Time, or next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, same time. And like and subscribe, put any comments you have in the video, bottom of the video, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later. And maybe. All right. Anyway, see you later.